starting another one. Hey there, and welcome to Movie Buffers, where I also talk about games and television shows. This week we're going to be going over the first two episodes of The Last of Us on HBO. Before I get into that, I want to ask you all to please like and subscribe and smash the bell to get notified when new episodes come out on this channel, and let's get into it. Last week was the premiere of The Last of Us, and everyone ran to their computers naturally to review the first episode. I was a little bit skeptical, and I wanted to wait for the second episode to come out to do a proper review. I was pleasantly surprised at how entertained I was through both of these episodes. Now, I absolutely love the game. I was half and half on the sequel, even though, it sent everyone else into an uprising against Druckmann, because I felt like I saw what he was doing with it, and he wanted people to pay the consequences for the mindless killings of these characters. But the second game has tower high issues, and I'm not denying that. And I fear for the creators of this show, because at some point they have to decide on whether or not to show that on par death from the beginning of the second game. So all that being said, I am a huge fan of the game. Not so much of Neil Druckmann, the creator of these games and Uncharted, but I'm going to check out of all the major gripes I have about him and his constant selling out, and I'm going to admire some of the things I love about this show. Right away, I didn't know how I felt about the TV broadcast of the debate being held in the 60s, where we get a complete breakdown of what the virus is, something that was left somewhat of a mystery in the game, unless you really took a look around the surroundings and looked at newspaper clippings of right before the world ended. They're relying a little heavily on flashbacks that have, no connection whatsoever to the main characters of this story. I also think that they might be capitalizing a little bit on the recent global pandemic, and sometimes it feels like they are treating the audience like they need spoon-fed every little detail. Like a lot of people are jumping on this bandwagon just because they see an interesting TV show that stars Pedro Pascal, but come on, we don't need this much elaborate plot paved out for us. I mean, let us figure some shit out. Tess, I love the choices they made for Tess in the TV show. She felt like she embodied the character from the game perfectly. Pascal, he's doing really great too. Even though it really felt like they were just kind of filling out the template set by the game, it kind of feels like it takes away from the originality I felt for the game. Then again, I played the game like 6 times all the way through, so I guess it feels like I've seen this once before way too many times, done way better. Ellie's taking a little while for me to get used to. It seems like it's just a little too much. It's a little over the top. I feel like they should have just had her tone it down in general, because her character was really extreme in the game too, and I feel like if they would have just had her tone it down a little bit for the show, even, it would have made it a little bit more realistic. Also, being that like Ellie was born on the inside, it's like, where would she get this personality from? Because it's very much a personality that a child would have on the outside world before the world ended. And every F word is so emphasized, and all the sarcastic quips just seem a little forced. I can't wait to see more to know if I like her character or not, which kind of sucks, because Ellie's the main character of the game, and we're 2 episodes in and I'm still not really feeling it. It doesn't feel like the best sign. At times it undeniably feels like a cosplay fan film on YouTube, and they can't shake that. They just can't, because this franchise was already so beloved, and this is just how a lot of us are going to feel. They really tackled the beginning of the game stuff really well, even where Joel's daughter takes one for the team. I thought that was really well done. I really like the portrayal of Tommy too. I can't wait to see more of him. I also watched the pilot with my wife, who has not played the game, so she was absolutely devastated at the death of Joel's daughter. I'm super excited to watch this with someone and see someone kind of freshly taking in the story, and she's really into it. She's not into zombies, and she hates everything horror. So like Pedro Pascal, I think, just turns everything around for everybody. A lot of special effects look really good too, but there are definitely some rough effects as well, so don't get me wrong. The second episode was really good, but I feel like they are rushing through it, and I wish they would just slow down. There's no slow burn to it at all. In the game, we got so much more time with Tess, and I was really upset to see that they just kind of skipped over almost the whole first act of the game, just to kill her off so Joel and Ellie could be alone as quickly as possible. I mean, that's some fan service shit. Because like true diehard fans of the game love Tess, so I thought that they did her character a little injustice there. I think there was a whole run with some bandits cut too, and the nighttime clicker scene from the game is gone, and we just get that like clicker scene in the office building or whatever it is. So a little disappointed, and that's fair. These things are going to be hard. The video game adaptations are very hard, but they they keep doing them. No matter how many times they get stomped on and shit on and people keep saying, stop fucking doing this, they keep doing it and squeezing it out, and they're starting to make some decent content here. I just don't know yet. And I mean, this could have been an Uncharted situation, like the Uncharted movie. So I think we might be a little bit lucky here. I remember back when Frank Darabont, the director of The Green Mile and Shawshank Redemption and The Mist, brought the Walking Dead script to HBO and was trying to get it made through them, and they passed on it. And that in reality just makes me really sad. Instead, we got that shit show at AMC where they phased Darabont out right away. And now, cut to today, we're copy and pasting a video game on HBO that is almost kind of the same premise, just with different monsters. And I'm a little ashamed about that, you know? Anyway, sorry about to go off track a little bit. I also am a big fan of The Walking Dead graphic novels, and I was of the show for a little bit, and we still could have had The Last of Us happen eventually, but just like knowing that now they're like, okay, we'll give the zombie thing a shot now that it's been done in 2 games with like really realistic acting, and it was already kind of like a movie. I don't know. Joel and Ellie, they seem like they're on their way to having some good chemistry. It's just hard to tell with the first 2 episodes, like being like a hook line and everything. But I think we're in good hands. They have captured the intensity and the heartbreak of the game, and even though it feels a little all too familiar, I am excited that there's something good to watch on TV right now. All right, so far, loving it. I love the first 2 episodes. Excited to see more. Pedro is killing it. I almost said The Walking Dead. I'm giving the first 2 episodes of The Last of Us a B+. I'm not going to give it an A yet because, you know, it still has a lot to prove to us, but I have high hopes. I'm not sure if I'm going to review this week to week or not. I might wait for the rest of the series to come out before I do another video on The Last of Us. Who knows? The Last of Us. Have you seen it? Comment below and we'll talk. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Smash the bell to get notified when new episodes come out on this channel. And thanks for watching, everybody. This is Movie Buffers. See you next time.